Hello, I'm Dr. Linda Parker, a wellness educator focused on men's health and vitality in midlife and beyond. Tonight, I want to give you a simple, natural, low-cost routine that many men over 40 and 50 use to support stamina, circulation, and calm confidence during intimacy. It uses something you already have in your kitchen: 2 cloves of garlic. Not as a gimmick, not as a miracle, and certainly not as a promise of exact minutes on a clock, but as a smart way to prepare and time garlic so its active compounds actually show up when your body needs them most. If you've ever felt that your energy fades too soon, your breath shortens when you most want steadiness, or tension in the lower abdomen interrupts your rhythm, this guide is for you. For years, a quiet myth has circulated that the best days of vitality belong to youth. In reality, your body in the second half of life responds beautifully when you stack the right habits. Circulation improves, breathing deepens, muscles coordinate, the mind stops rushing, intimacy stops feeling like a test and returns to being an encounter. Garlic, prepared the right way, can support that process because of a compound called allicin and the downstream signals it sparks for vascular comfort. But there's a catch. Most people use garlic in ways that deactivate the very thing they're hoping to get. Tonight, you'll learn the exact sequence to avoid that mistake. The first truth is simple. Raw garlic doesn't contain allicin. It contains 2 precursors: an enzyme, alliinase, and a molecule, alliin, that come together only when you crush or finely chop the clove. When these meet, allicin forms within minutes, and with it comes sulfur-based signals that can help blood vessels relax and support healthy blood flow. That's the quiet foundation of endurance. Blood reaches where it needs to go, with less resistance and less effort. But heat destroys alliinase. If you toss garlic straight into a hot pan, you lose much of what you were trying to create. So preparation matters. Here is the core method that men find both practical and effective. Take 2 fresh garlic cloves. Peel them. Crush them thoroughly with the flat side of a knife or press them in a garlic press. Now wait. Leave the crushed garlic exposed to the air for 10 to 15 minutes. That rest period is non-negotiable. It's when most allicin forms. During this time, prepare a small spoon of olive oil or a teaspoon of thick honey with a squeeze of lemon. Both options help with taste and digestion. When the timer ends, mix the crushed garlic into one of those vehicles and take it in 2 or 3 small bites. Follow with a glass of water. This is the simplest, most reliable way to deliver active compounds without irritating your stomach. Timing is the second pillar. If your goal is calm stamina, later in the evening, take the 2-clove preparation 60 to 90 minutes beforehand. That window gives your body time to absorb the compounds, circulate them, and settle the stomach. Pair it with light movement, a 10-minute relaxed walk 30 to 40 minutes after taking the garlic. That short walk is not optional decoration, it's a circulation primer. As your legs move, your blood flow to the lower body increases, and your nervous system begins shifting from busy day to evening focus. You are laying a foundation of flow and calm that you will soon build upon. Hydration and meal strategy matter. Big, heavy dinners slow you down. Aim for an earlier, lighter evening meal with lean protein, cooked vegetables, and a modest portion of complex carbohydrate. Stop fluids earlier in the evening so you're not interrupting your rhythm later for unrelated bathroom trips. The 2 cloves sit best on a settled stomach, not stuffed, not empty. If you are sensitive, a small slice of whole grain toast or a few bites of yogurt alongside the garlic can reduce any warmth you feel in your esophagus. Breath is the third pillar. When men say, "I run out of gas," often what they're truly running out of is steady breath. The diaphragm is the metronome of your endurance. 15 minutes after taking the garlic, sit upright, place a hand on your belly, and practice a 4-6 breath. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Exhale through your nose or softly through your mouth for 6 counts. Do 20 rounds. This specific pattern lengthens your exhale, which nudges your nervous system toward a calmer state and teaches your pelvic floor to follow the diaphragm's rhythm. You want your lower abdomen soft and responsive, not braced and rigid. Why garlic at all? In simple terms, allicin and related sulfur compounds can support endothelial function, the behavior of the inner lining of your blood vessels. When endothelium behaves well, vessels relax more easily, microcirculation improves, and tissues receive oxygen with less push. On ordinary days, that shows up as warmer hands and feet, clearer head, and steadier energy. During intimacy, it shows up as comfort. Less fight, more cooperation from your own body. You're not forcing anything, you're removing friction. Now let's translate this into a 4-week plan, because one single night rarely changes a system. In week 1, you're training your routine. Choose 3 evenings. On each, prepare 2 cloves exactly as described, wait the full 10 to 15 minutes, take them with olive oil or honey lemon, hydrate with a glass of water, do your 20 rounds of breathing, and take a 10-minute stroll. Don't evaluate results obsessively. You're building a reliable pattern your body can expect. Relief grows when the brain recognizes the sequence and relaxes into it. Week 2 is about steadiness. Increase to 4 evenings if you tolerated week 1 well. Keep the exact same steps, but add a simple mobility cue. Before your stroll, stand with feet hip-width, unlock your knees, and slowly draw small circles with your hips. 5 one way, 5 the other. This wakes up the muscles around your pelvis and lower back, so your walk sends even cleaner signals to the area you care about. In week 2, many men notice fewer jitters and less urgency. Quiet confidence replaces countdown pressure. Week 3 is fine-tuning. Maintain 3 or 4 evenings. On one of those nights, right after your breath practice and before your walk, lie on your back with a pillow under your knees and place one hand on your belly. Inhale quietly into your lower hand and let your belly rise. Exhale and let it fall. Do 20 slow cycles. This is not meditation homework. It is coordination training between diaphragm and pelvic floor, the pair that sets the rhythm for endurance. When those two move together, the rest of you follows. Week 4 is assessment. Keep 3 evenings. Track only 2 markers, ease initiating and maintaining a steady rhythm and overall sense of lower abdominal calm. Don't turn your private life into a spreadsheet. You're looking for a pattern. More evenings with steadiness, fewer with rushed energy. That is success. Let me answer a few questions men ask the most. Can you cook the garlic instead? Lightly warming pre-activated garlic after the 10 to 15-minute rest can be gentler on sensitive stomachs, but avoid high heat. A quick swirl into a spoon of warm olive oil or mixing into a small portion of warm broth is fine. The key is to let allicin form before any heat touches it. What if the taste is too strong? The honey-lemon method minimizes intensity. You can also place the crushed garlic into a small date or mix it into thick Greek yogurt with a pinch of salt. What about garlic capsules? Some men prefer standardized aged garlic extract because it's gentler and more social-friendly, but the evening timing and breathing routine still matter. Whole food preparation remains the most controllable way to generate allicin on demand. Are there people who should not do this? Yes. If you take anticoagulants or have a bleeding disorder, if you've been advised to limit garlic for a medical reason, if you have active gastritis or severe reflux that flares with garlic, if you have an upcoming surgery, or if you've been told to avoid sulfur-rich foods, check with your clinician. If you are currently being evaluated for urologic symptoms, do not use this routine to delay necessary exams. This is supportive care, not a replacement for professional guidance. Because you want practical details, here is the clean, complete sequence you can save in your mind. 2 cloves, crush well. Rest 10 to 15 minutes. Mix with a teaspoon of olive oil or honey lemon. Take in small bites. Drink a glass of water. Sit tall. 20 rounds of 4-6 breathing. 10-minute relaxed walk. Lighter dinner. Earlier fluids cut off. Calm lights. No rushing. That is the whole routine. Performed 3 or 4 evenings a week, it becomes a signal to your entire system that the night will unfold without strain. Let's talk about the mental side. Not the motivational poster kind, the real one. Endurance during intimacy is not only circulation, it's pacing and attention. Many men get caught in a loop of monitoring, checking, comparing, anticipating problems. Monitoring increases sympathetic tone, body tightens, breath shortens, time feels faster. The garlic routine gives you a different pregame. You practiced exhale lengthening, you moved your hips, you strolled, you ate lighter, and your vessels are more cooperative. When the moment arrives, you don't monitor, you notice. There's a difference. Noticing is presence. Monitoring is pressure. Presence lengthens time. 3 short stories will ground this for you. Daniel, 66, started with 2 evenings a week. He used the honey lemon method, did his breathing, and walked outside on the quiet street behind his home. On week 2, he said he felt less mechanical. He wasn't watching the clock. He was listening to breath. In his words, I felt more available. Arturo, 58, is sensitive to garlic. He crushed the cloves, waited 15 minutes, stirred them into warm olive oil, and spread them on half a slice of bread. He kept a neutral tongue by sipping water after each bite. By week 3, he cared less about the taste and more about how grounded his evenings felt. Hassan, 72, is a planner. He set a recurring evening alarm for the garlic window and placed a sticky note in the kitchen. Crush, wait, breathe, walk. He didn't chase dramatic changes. He built a stable base. His comment at the end of month 1 captured the point. My body cooperates when I give it a chance. There are refinements if you want them, but don't add complexity before consistency. If you already tolerate cocoa, a small square of dark chocolate, 85% or higher, an hour after dinner can complement endothelial support on some nights. If you enjoy beets, a few slices of roasted beet at lunch, not dinner, support daytime circulation without weighing down your evening. If you love tea, a mild ginger infusion after your walk warms without stimulating. All of these are optional. The routine stands on its own. What about the social side? The famous garlic breath worry. The honey lemon preparation reduces odor, as does sipping water and chewing a sprig of fresh parsley or mint afterward. Brushing and a quick tongue scrape help. Aged garlic extract has a milder aroma profile if you prefer a supplement version. But remember, your goal is not garlic points, it's reliable, calm stamina. Choose the version you'll actually do. When you notice progress, keep humility. You didn't hack your body, you respected it. You studied timing, you matched breath to intention. You treated evening as a craft, not a sprint. That attitude travels with you to other areas. Better sleep, better mornings, better focus during the day. Vitality is rarely one big lever. It's a set of reliable switches you flip in order. Garlic prepared the right way can be one of those switches. If tonight is your first try, begin gently. 2 small cloves can feel like a lot if your stomach is not used to them. If you sense warmth or mild discomfort, pair the garlic with a teaspoon of olive oil and a bite of toast next time. If you feel perfectly fine, hold steady with the simple method. Resist the urge to increase quantity. More is not better here. Better is better. Better timing, better breathing, better pacing. When the moment comes, remember the sequence you've trained. Soft jaw, long exhale. Notice the soles of your feet and the contact points with the floor or mattress. Widen your attention to include the whole body, not only one area. That broader attention pulls you away from narrow monitoring and lengthens your sense of time. Your body knows what to do. You are getting out of its way. Let me give you one sentence to carry forward. Your endurance is not a mystery. It is a conversation between breath, blood flow, and attention, and you can guide all three with simple, consistent habits. 2 cloves prepared with intention, a short walk, a long exhale, a lighter dinner, softer lights. That is a grown man's routine, not a teenage promise. If this gave you a clear plan, choose your first evening now. Set the reminder. Place 2 cloves by the cutting board. Put a glass by the sink. Leave a small note that reads, "Crush, wait, breathe, walk." Share this with a friend who wants practical, respectful guidance for men's health. And if you appreciate science-light explanations that protect your confidence and dignity, subscribe so we can keep building a community where vitality in the second half of life is normal, not rare. Educational content disclaimer. This is not medical advice. Garlic can interact with certain medications and may not be appropriate for everyone. If you have a bleeding disorder, take anticoagulants, have significant reflux or gastritis, have surgery scheduled, or are under evaluation for a urologic condition, consult a qualified professional before starting or changing any routine.